Reese Gibson, aka D the Collector from the Daily Devotion podcast. I'm here with Shabaz Masoud. Fantastic performance, brother. Fantastic performance. Was he better than you expected?
To be honest with you, it went the way we planned as a team. Our game plan was to get him out late. I think personally, if I listened a bit better instead of going on, I started doing a few flashy little things, and but I thought if I went about it a bit better than what I did, I would have got him out earlier. But the game plan worked ultimately. I did get him out of there. But credit to him, man. What a tough man. He's a tough man. He's a very good fighter. I think he'll still do big things and at world level as well. I think he's beyond British level. But credit to him for taking the fight, man. It's not easy. It's not easy game, especially no one wants to fight each other these days. Or both of us shows balls, you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially I agree with you on that as well, especially with yourself, 10-0, he was 17-0. Prospects tend to avoid each other, but you two have just gone straight for it. Fantastic performance, by the way. So, British title fight next then?
Yeah, maybe. See, I'm going to sit down with the team, see what the crack is. And if it makes sense, that's next. Like, I don't fear anyone in the country, you know what I mean? I don't fear anyone in the world. Let's get cracking.
Fantastic, man. So, who is on your list? Who's on the list for the fight?
Bro, I literally before this fight got made, I was calling out names left, right, centre. I didn't get the fights. I just let it be, and I got the fight. And listen, there's no even need for the chit chat, man. Like, people want to fight now. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Massive support in the crowd, obviously.
Alhamdulillah, man. There's nothing. I told people I've always had a big following from the start. I just didn't have the push. But luckily, I've got a great team behind me now, and the world's our oyster.
Fantastic, man. Best of luck to you in the future career, man.
Inshallah.
Thank you for giving us the time. And
God bless, man.
God bless you
God
too.
bless, man. What did I say?
You're doing exactly the same. Second half, plan was exactly what you said.
I said to him, tactics, man.
The tactics were brilliant. Spot on.
Is he? Custom.
Proud of you, man. Excellent, man. That was an excellent performance.
You
Be
know
proud
how
of yourself,
man.
man.
Anything.
Be proud of yourself, man.
Anything,
You did
man.
so well there.
You know anything.
You know you could be the first British Pakistani ever to win the British title. You know that Lonsdale belt.
Bro, listen.
That's a massive team.
Listen.
History, yeah.
Everything, man.
Be proud of yourself, man. You did so well, and Jack. Credit to Jack, man. He
He's a tough,
showed real
lad.
well.
Very
I
tough.
like Jack as well, man.
Bro, I really like him. I said to him after, can I come these one day we go for food? And he was
You're
like,
going to be a role model for
definitely.
the future kids, you know.
Inshallah.
You put yourself in a position. There's so many kids out there that need you.
Inshallah.
Need fighters like you,
You know what it is, bro? Just stay humble, man.
And you've
Just
got
stay
to
humble,
unite people and be a role model.
Nah, definitely,
And that's
bro.
what it's about.
That's what it's
Be
all
proud
about.
of yourself,
bro.
man.
Thank you. Well done. Thank you.
Well done.
Reese Gibson, aka D the Collector from the Daily Devotion podcast. I'm with the legendary coach Ben Davidson. Ben, Shabaz had a fantastic performance tonight. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it went pretty much as we'd planned. I think I said before the fight, I felt like we'd get a late stoppage, and Shabaz, that's what Shabaz got.
Definitely, yeah, it was a fantastic performance. What I think I respect the most about it is you've got two undefeated prospects that are finally getting in the ring with each other instead of avoiding each other. You can give Jack his respect on that, can't you?
Oh, 100%. You know, they've been class throughout, and got to give credit for taking the fight. And Jack done some brilliant work within the fight. He was a lot better. He done some fantastic body work himself, put some great work to the body himself, and he's a top fighter. And I believe that Shabaz is sitting at fringe world level, and Jack shouldn't feel down about anything. He put on a fantastic performance, and he'll come again.
Definitely. So obviously it was a British final eliminator, so it's British title next. Is there anybody else that's on your hit list, obviously apart from the British title, or has anybody you've been looking at?
Nobody specific. However, I've got a couple of names in mind that are fights that I wouldn't mind for Shabaz. However, I think that we'll have to look at the situation. I know that Baluta and Liam Davis are boxing each other next week. So it could be a case that the British and European titles on the line if Liam Davis was to come through that. But also Shabaz will have a fantastic ranking with the WBA now, because both of those guys were rated with the WBA. And the goal is to become world champions. If there's fights that make sense in getting Shabaz closer to that, that make more sense than the British title, then that'll be the route we take, but we'll have to see.
No, definitely. I can see that happening as well. It seems to have something very, very special about him, definitely. So just a little bit off topic now. So I've just seen today Callum Johnson's just retired. What do you make of that? You think a bit early, a bit late, or?
Yeah, I think it was down to, I think you mentioned mental health, and it's a real thing and a real struggle for a lot of people. And, obviously it's something that's very meaningful to me. So I feel for him. If it was a decision that he wanted to make, then I'm happy for him. If it's a decision that he didn't want to make, and it's just his struggles that have forced him to make that decision, then that's a shame, and it's something that we. I just wish him all the best, and I hope that he's okay.
Would you work with Callum? Because obviously you are credited by Tyson Fury himself as one of the people that helped him get back into shape and obviously help his mental health. Is that something you'd be willing to do for Callum Johnson as well if he reached out to you? It's
not a case of willing. Look, I'd try to help anybody and everybody that I can. There's fighters that I don't actually coach that I have down my gym to help them, to coach them. I'm not their coach, but I'll try to help them in ways that I can, just because I love the sport and I love working with guys that want to improve themselves and guys that I get along with. And it was a moment in my life that I was able to, and a period in my life that I was able to dedicate and fully give myself to doing that job that Tyson needed me to do. And the situation's slightly different now. I've got a lot of fighters that are relying on me now. So it's slightly different, but like I say, look, I'll help anybody and everybody that I can.
So final question for you, Ben. I know you've answered it today already, but I'm going to ask you again for our channel. Can we expect to see Billy Joe Saunders back in the ring? I think it would be a massive shame if we didn't, but obviously, like you said, he's made a lot of money. He's not one of these fighters that have blown it all and then have to come back and fight. Do you think the desire will just burn a little bit, or?
I don't think it's that. I think we'll have to see. He's in the gym. He's enjoying his training. That's the main thing. He's happy. I'm really grateful for him coming down to support Shabaz tonight. And I think that if it's what he wants to do, then we'll be there to support him in whatever fashion that he wants us to.
Ben, massive appreciation, man. Thank you very much for coming on.
No
Cheers,
problem.
mate. Thank you. Daily Devotion podcast with myself, Darius Gibson, aka D the Collector, just still with Marcel Braithwaite. Absolute fantastic fight, great performance, great win. What did you make of the fight?
Yeah, it was nice, man. I just want to say, ha. Sonny, your boy got smoked. Do you know what I mean? We won, so it's like, yeah, I'm happy, man. I come down to Sheffield, you know what I mean, with the odds stacked against me, saying, Essomba's this, that, and the other. Essomba just got beat. Do you know what I mean? I won, ha. I'm in line for the British. Let's get it.
That's it, man. So obviously, I understand loads of pre-fight shenanigans. There was a little bit of beef at the press conference and things like that between you and Sonny. I know you've had problems with your hotel room as well. Does this make that victory just that little bit sweet if you were considering all the things you've gone through this week?
Yeah. It's funny, like I said, ha. Do you know what I mean? I ain't got no respect for none of them. Do you know what I mean? Your boy got smoked. It feels good to laugh at, man. Now, do you know what I mean? Goofy little weasel. Your boy got smoked. I'm in your city. I'm going to go and celebrate and flex on them, do you know what I mean? And I'm in line for the British now, so keep talking, that's all.
So no, I was going to ask you that. So obviously British title, that was the final eliminator for it. Is that what you're going to be going for next? Or are you thinking the Commonwealth, a different route? Or maybe even moving up? Because you look very, very big for the weight, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, I'm a beast at the weight, do you know what I mean? I'm a beast. If you go and watch the fight back, you'll see Essomba wobbling a few times and I'm just going off me, just hitting him with shots, he's losing his foot on and that, do you know what I mean? So I am big at the weight, but making it's not a problem. The only reason that I miss weight was because we put a clause in the contract that if you're overweight, 500 quid per pound, you could be up to £3 over, do you know what I mean? Which obviously we didn't plan to be, but us not having a hotel for the week, and us having to drive up and down to Sheffield 5 hours every day, I don't think so, do you know what I mean? So we can take that little 350 quid along with that L. Ha, we won.
So obviously you fought Sonny Edwards, a fantastic fight between you and him. You actually put him down.
Yeah,
will you be looking for a rematch in the future?
I'm not looking for him. I just don't like him. He's a weasel, do you know what I mean? He's a little internet boy. I'd love to put him on his ass again. So it's like if he really wanted that fight, he could pick me as a mandatory. I'd make that weight. Don't think he would, but I'll take that. I just want to say, ha, your boy got smoked. Pick your mans up.
So Marcel, last question. I don't want to keep you because obviously I know you're itching to get out there and celebrate your victory, man. Well deserved. Obviously there was a fight commotion outside, ringside, and everything like that. You managed to stay laser focused, both of you. Massive respect to you both. Do you think that took anything off your fight and things like that and everything? Do you think it took any shine away from it because there was about a round or something where that was going on for?
Yeah. No, I don't think it did. As long as people know that weren't my people. And that was all my concern was. I was checking to see if it was my people and it weren't. So I just cracked back on with the job and beat them, do you know what I mean? So that's that, yeah. It's all good, man.
Marcel, thank you for the interview, brother. Best of luck for the future career, man, and I'll definitely be watching you, mate.
Respect, love for that. Yeah, man. Respect. Yeah, man. Nice one, please.
Reese Gibson, aka The Collector from the Daily Devotion podcast. I'm here with Wayne Smith. Wayne, you obviously representing Marcel Braithwaite. What did you think to his performance tonight?
I thought he performed very well, very well. He was sitting in the pocket a bit too much for me because we worked on speed. We know Marcel's a lot faster than Essomba. Essomba likes to plod and fight at his own pace. And Sonny, since he's been in Steel City, they've changed him around a little bit, and we'll watch that. But I still thought he could beat him sitting in the pocket, take him on the back foot, front foot, changing different angles. I thought he boxed really good. Considering we only had a 10 rounder on the contract, which was a bit weird, which I thought was a bit weird because British title eliminates usually 12 rounds, but the contract was 10 rounds. It is what it is. He can box all night, he can dance all night. Oh yeah, I'm happy for him. He deserves it because he's had a lot of stick, especially this week. With the situation with the hotel and not turning up at the press conference, and Sonny, and I respect Sonny as a boxer, as a human being, but I think he went a little bit below the belt at the press conference, and he took away the shine of Thomas Essomba because Thomas Essomba, it was his moment to talk, and he took it off him and just talked his talk. Do you know what I mean? And I understand he wants to sell him and he promotes him and whatnot. I do understand all that, but he did go a little bit below the belt on a few comments what he made on me, which I know Sonny from his baby. I'm old enough, well, not from his baby. I've watched him. I've been a fan of his. Marcel's boxed him. He's a good friend of Lyndon Arthur, who's like family to me. And I think he did go a little bit below the belt with I might carry the spit bucket, which I did think. I thought, you know what? If I worry about what people say about me, I wouldn't come out the door. But he knows himself. He was out of order. Pat wasn't happy with his comments, and as Pat Barrett, so he wasn't happy with his comment. But kids will be kids. One knows to be his dad, granddad, and exactly. But kids will be kids. But good luck to him tonight.
Do you think, obviously with all the pre-fight shenanigans, obviously the stuff with the hotel room, obviously at the press conference as well, do you think it made that victory just that little bit sweeter for Marcel and the team?
Yeah, of course it did. Yeah, it did. It made us. Well, you know what? In all honesty, right, we was very confident going into the fight. Very confident. We just kept everything to our chest. We knew what we were going to do. He done the press. He done the open workouts. He looked absolutely terrible because he never done anything, which we said, don't do none. Just get the pads on and just punch out. And he done that, and they're bought into that. They're bought into the. Marcels hasn't boxed, but he's boxed once this year, where he won the WBC Silver International. He boxed Scott Allen, another good fighter. But Thomas Essomba is the gatekeeper of these divisions. He's a very good boxer. Respect goes out to Thomas Essomba, but Marcel's level's above that, and I think if he wouldn't have beat Thomas Essomba tonight, I would have had to have a good talk with him and say, listen, it's not for you, because anyone who's going anywhere has to beat Thomas Essomba, and anyone who's beat him in the past, like Sonny boxed him, and if you look at Sonny's performance with Thomas Essomba and look at Marcel's performance with Thomas Essomba, I think Marcel beat him more convincingly, and hopefully down the line sometime, I know Sonny's a world champion and he's looking for to be Martinez, he's looking for all the big names. Marcel's creeping up behind him, and hopefully someday, maybe in the next couple of years, Marcel might get that rematch. And I just want Sonny to win today, keep on winning, we keep doing what we're doing, and that could happen. Obviously it's good for them because they don't like each other, and if they don't like it, the build up would be great. So good luck for them tonight.
No, I do think that rematch is something everyone would like to see, especially for the fact that Marcel managed to put Sonny down in the fight as well. It was a good fight. You did mention, obviously, I noticed this as well. Marcel holds the WBC Silver International, and he's also held the English Championship. Do you think that was kind of a weird step? Because usually people go English, Commonwealth, British, and then on to the international titles, or was it just opportunity as it arose?
No, what it was, we done it on our own show, Black Flash Promotions. We done it on our own show, but basically it was like the English was. We got the English, and then straight after that, 6 weeks to the day, we boxed Sonny Edwards for the British. Sonny beat him fair and square, but Marcel was in the round. he mightn't have been winning the round, but he was given his first 12 rounder, fighting 6 weeks after he boxed. Sonny won. That's that. But I personally think Marcel's got the ability to give Sonny problems, and hopefully now Thomas Essomba was above him on BoxRec. Prince Patel's not doing us. I think Marcel will be top in the country now. He's got that WBC silver, but we're open to any fight, but we're not going to go out there. But in my personal opinion, we're not getting a British title because Kazim Kademi and Izzy Ahmed fighting for the 4th time in December. After that, they have the voluntary, and then they'll fight the mandatory, which now is Marcel. They might say something because he never made the weight, but they're going to have to fight him sooner or later. But Marcel can go down, fight flyweights, we can go to bantamweight, so we can vary there. But we're not going to wait around and wait for the British title. We can push on. We did ask for Prince Patel for his Commonwealth. I don't know what he's doing. So we'll just see what goes. We're in a good position now. So we'll see where we go.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep you too long, Wayne. Just last question though. Obviously, during Marcel's fight, there was a bit of ringside, a little bit of ringside beef and everything. I personally felt sorry for Marcel and Thomas because I thought it took a lot of shine off the fight that they was having. It was a great fight that they was having as well. Do you think that it's clouded Marcel's win at all?
Not really. I just hope, because we had kids coming from Liverpool. So I hope it wasn't them, do you know what I mean? Because a lot of our kids from our boxing club come up. So, I hope none of them got involved. I don't think they would have, but it's not nice to see. What happens, you mix with drunken people, you know what happens, and it comes part and parcel. And I thought it was terrible, the way they carried on. It was terrible, especially, Pro Bella trying to promote and do big things in Sheffield. And I thought it was disgusting. But you can't.
No, it's always a few in a bad bunch. This is why I always try to avoid going to pubs, to watch big fights and everything, because there's always a few people that they have to get a few drinks down and they watch the boxing, they think they're a boxer themselves.
Everyone's a coach, everyone's a boxer, I go on the pads,
Wayne, it was an absolute pleasure, man. Thank you for giving us the interview, mate. Take care, man, and very nice to meet you as well.
Anytime,
Take care, pal.
Respect.
Thank you.